Hello, my friends. So today you've gotten the Three of Swords. Well, this is a challenging card. This is a card that talks about the mind and communication and the thoughts that weigh heavy on us and the thoughts that pierce our heart, in essence. Many tarot cards are depicted as a heart pierced by three different swords. And those swords represent words or actions or thoughts that wound us, that we feel wounded by, and that we take into ourselves and feel like we don't understand, and our psyche feels very hurt, and our understanding of what's going on around us is very challenged, and our fear of abandonment and loneliness, and our fear of our anger, of needing to fight for our rights to be who we are, and our fear of betrayal, and our fear of compromise, and our fear of just being wounded and hurt by other people's hurt. And often it says we feel like we need to hurt back, that we feel so hurt that we want to pierce other people back with our own swords, our own words of pain. We want to cause pain in others. We want to share that pain because it feels so deeply rooted in us that we don't know what to do with it. And we're really angry and upset and confused, maybe depressed, maybe very depressed. But the key to this card is that this kind of heartache, this kind of heartbreak, this kind of desolation of the psyche and misunderstanding of words is something that we all have to go through. And it teaches us about our sorrow. And without looking at our sorrow, we can never really understand how deep our emotions and our feelings are. And without getting to that deep place of original hurt, because oftentimes what is shown to us is something that just tags into an original hurt within us, that if we can't get there, we can't open ourselves to really truly loving and being free and having compassion for ourselves and for others along the way. So we have to honor this really painful place in ourselves and go deep within ourselves and look and see what is the root cause. Where does this original pain come from that this now new issue is tagging onto it and making it deeper and making us feel often that we want to isolate ourselves and we want to close down on our emotions and we want to keep the pain from being bigger, so we lock it around it tight and we become unavailable to other people and we become disillusioned with life and we don't know how to think and move forward with any kind of freedom and ease. We feel stuck in our old patterns, stuck in our old belief systems, stuck in our sense of needing to save ourselves and survive at any risk. But the truth here is that we have to go deep. We have to look at the pain within ourselves so we understand what that pain is really talking to us about and what is the original pain that keeps us wounded, that keeps us unavailable, that keeps us wanting to fight and wanting to stab others and wanting to say negative things about others and to pierce other people's hearts as we feel like our own heart has been pierced. So maybe this is maybe someone has died, legitimate pains of grief, legitimate pains of loss, maybe somebody is just fighting with us. Maybe we're losing our lover through deception, treachery, cheating on us. Maybe there are three people involved and somebody else is stirring the pot and causing all kinds of painful feelings between three different people, us included. So there's a lot of things that we need to look at and understand with the sense of swords, mind, thoughts, and communications. So the key to this is you have to open yourself up. And you have to choose to not use words of pain to attack other people, but to give your honest feelings about things and to give your honest interpretations about things and to become vulnerable to going deeper within yourself and doing some healing work. So, one of the courses of this is to share deeply without choosing to wound someone else or wound others in the process, if that's doable. Sometimes people are just really mean, and you do have to stand up for yourself and hold yourself in a better accord and hold yourself with more pride and dignity and not lower yourself to the standards that other people might have been showing to you. Maybe this is an old wound and it's still kicking up old pain in you that you really don't know how to share. So you have to learn how to go into those deep old wounds, and you have to learn how to cry. You have to learn how to heal the heart, because this is ultimately about the mind, but the mind connects into the heart. The heart chakra is really an air chakra, a mind chakra, an understanding chakra. It looks at everything, but the heart looks through the mind to understand how it can be safe and how it can be sound in the face of challenging times and challenging situations and challenging circumstances. So you have to look to your heart to heal this old wounding, this present wounding that reflects often old wounding. And the only way to heal the heart is through laughter and through grief. So if you can find a way to transcend your ego and laugh about this and not give it so much power and not give it so much pain and to not hold on to it in such a negative way and to become more optimistic about it, then you have made some great headway. And if you can come to a place where you can really grieve this present moment's pain, but let that grief take you to the old pain that really sits at the base of what is going on with you. And if you can grieve about the old pain, about what you didn't get, or about what someone did to you, or about how you feel maligned or hurt or wounded or stabbed or backstabbed, or maybe you did the backstabbing. Maybe you just need to grieve about your own actions that have created more dissatisfaction among you and other people and also kept you isolated. So if you can learn how to grieve and allow yourself to grieve that deep, deep place, then your sense of your own story becomes richer. Your sense of your own storytelling becomes richer and deeper. The sense of your own life and your ability to function in your life becomes deeper because you don't wall yourself off, and you don't wall yourself off behind words, and you don't wall your emotions off behind your fear of being exposed to your vulnerability and your pain, and you don't wall yourself off from what is the ultimate fear that sits at the bottom of this. What are you really losing? Are you losing your life? What is fear about except losing your life or losing something in your life that's very important to you? And that's usually your body and your sense and maybe somebody else. But you have to work through this sense of loss. You have to open up to this sense of pain, and you have to find a way to be more optimistic about it. Go in, do your work, allow your mind to not be so rigid and controlled and focused, but allow your mind to open to your emotions and to open to your original pain and to open to the senses of yourself that are very loving and compassionate. Maybe it's just about sharing in a group setting with other people what has happening to you. Maybe it's a heart circle that allows you to share without blame what is going on for you, and to look at yourself and to honor your own pain, but to honor your own pain that feels like it's coming from other people without judging or blaming them, but owning your own pain in the situation. And that can open your eyes, and that can open your mind, and that can open your sense of availability of energy, and not get stuck in this depression, this psychic distraught place, this onslaught of original pain. Because the three of Swords is really about not just one little incident that's coming up. It's about the amalgam of all the pain that is often taken in by us and all the bad thoughts and negative thoughts that are taken in by us to be our belief system. So this is a reframing. This is a great time to reframe bad thoughts about yourself, negative thoughts about who you are and who you're allowed to be, negative thoughts about where you're going and whether you're supported or not, negative thoughts about loss and grief and endings of things. So uh, the another one of the keys here is that life changes. Life will go on. Life will shift. So you can't buy into this as the be all to end all and close yourself off and hide yourself away, because that's not allowing life to be full and rich and open. You have to come to a different side of this and be more willing and thereby more able to feel what is really the key underneath this, and to learn how to be more forgiving to yourself and more forgiving to others who are usually acting out of their own pain. And there is the sense of compassion to understand that someone who is stabbing you with their words or their actions is really in a lot of pain, and it probably usually has nothing to do with you. Generally, it often has nothing to do with you. You are just the convenient way for them to try to work out their own pain. And so if you can come to a compassionate place to say, that's your shit. That's your stuff. And I honor the pain that you are in, and I don't have to buy into it, and I don't have to call myself negative and become negative in response to it, because I can recognize the pain that you have. So the sense of compassion can be brought into a strong place with this. You don't have to be the bandit, the villain, the evil person with their heart underneath them raw and red, built on all this old trauma and pain that other people have that they have chosen to believe that other people have caused in them. But this is choice. And swords are all about choice. What are you choosing to believe right now? What are you choosing to believe that is negative right now? Can you reframe it into a more positive outlook, into a more optimistic outlook, into a compassionate outlook for yourself and for others? Can you forgive yourself for the things that you've done? Can you forgive others for the things that they have done out of their sense of smallness? Look at the big picture. Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to be alive? Don't you want to be available for life? Do you want to hold all these pains and miseries and negative thoughts and pessimism as a sense of who you are, that the universe doesn't support you, that your family or your friends or your lovers or yourself, that you don't support yourself? Don't you want to let go of that? Because that's not the truth. The truth is that the more we open, the more we sense the openness of others to support us and love us and connect us into the bigger picture. So the Three of Swords is a painful place, but it's really a very powerful reckoning place, that you can take this pain right now, and if you can shift it, you can become open to the world, open to yourself, open to your greatest, open to your most optimistic, open to your most sense of deep communication that can change the world. And if you can change yourself to a loving, forgiving, and compassionate person, the world is your oyster. The world is your gift. The world is your blossoming, blooming, loving, gifting place. So don't let this pain that you're experiencing right now wound you so deeply that you close yourself off. Blessed be to the Three of Swords for the gift they bring to look at and honor ourselves in our original pain, and to come out in a better place from it, a more open place, a more loving place, a more compassionate place, a wiser place that can use your mind for what it's really geared to do, analyze and create the beautiful understanding of how things flow, and the beautiful communications that allow one to share the best of ourselves, the highest of ourselves, the greatest understandings, the greatest projects, the greatest wisdom, the greatest humanitarianism. Blessed be.